Imagine a time when Europe was a patchwork of warring tribes and fragmented kingdoms. Out of this chaos rose one man who united much of the continent, earning the title Father of Europe. But who was this towering figure? How did he lay the foundation for modern Europe? Let's find out. This is Charlemagne, king of the Franks, and later the emperor of the Carolingian Empire. A warrior, a reformer, and a man whose influence is still felt over 1,000 years later. But first, let's step back to where it all began. Charlemagne, also known as Carlos in the Old German he spoke, or Charles in modern English, is the eldest child of King Pepin the Short. Pepin was the first Carolingian to become a king. Roughly 200 years prior, the West Germanic tribes of Franks were Christianized by the conversion of King Clovis I. They established their Frankish kingdom in Gaul region after the fall of West Roman Empire. Charlemagne was probably born around 748. While historicity is still debated, Charlemagne was probably educated or could read. He may have spoken Latin and/or Greek. Charlemagne had asserted his own education in liberal arts and encouraged his children to do so. Charlemagne fought alongside his father in suppressing the Aquitaine rebellion in the 760s. During one such campaign, Pepin fell ill and died in 768. According to Salic laws, the realm was divided between his two eligible sons, Charlemagne and his brother Carloman. Carloman died suddenly in 771, leaving Charlemagne sole king of the Franks. Charlemagne's first action as the king of the Franks was his war against the Saxons, who had been raiding the Frankish kingdoms. The campaign was the beginning of over 30 years of nearly continuous warfare against the Saxons by Charlemagne. This success helped him to solidify his rule and legitimacy over the realm. Pope Adrian I in 772 sought Charlemagne's help to recover papal territories under the control of the Lombard king Desiderius. Charlemagne, along with his uncle Bernard, crossed the Alps to besiege the Lombard capital of Pavia in late 773, who surrendered by 774. After his successful campaigns against the Saxons submitted to baptism in 776. He continued several military campaigns to strengthen the Carolingian realm across the Germanic region of Europe. For several reasons, Pope Leo III entered into a circular-style power division. Pope Leo III crowned Charlemagne as the Emperor of Romans, being the first reigning emperor in the West after the deposition of Romulus Augustus in 476. Beyond the battlefield, Charlemagne was a visionary who sought to revive the intellectual and cultural life of his empire. His reign marked the beginning of what historians call the Carolingian Renaissance. Under Charlemagne's orders, schools were established in monasteries to educate not only clergy, but also laypeople. He promoted the standardization of writing, leading to the development of Carolingian minuscule, a clear and legible script that became the foundation for modern European writing. Charlemagne also invited scholars like Alcuin of York to his court, turning it into a center of learning and innovation. Through these efforts, he preserved and revived classical knowledge, ensuring it would be passed down to future generations. Charlemagne's legacy is undeniable. By uniting vast territories under a central authority, he laid the groundwork for modern European states like France and Germany. His coronation as emperor in 800 AD not only solidified his power, but also symbolized the fusion of Roman, Christian, and Germanic traditions, a defining feature of medieval Europe. Though his empire was divided after his death, the political and cultural structures he established endured, influencing European history for centuries. Charlemagne was more than a king. He was a unifier, a reformer, and a visionary. His reign not only brought stability to a fractured Europe, but also sparked a cultural revival that bridged the ancient and medieval worlds. Fun fact: Charlemagne reportedly measured 6 feet 4 inches. So, what do you think was Charlemagne's greatest achievement? His military conquests, his cultural reforms, or perhaps the lasting unity he inspired? Let us know in the comments below.